Hey budgeters, welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone a while, but y'all, I'm ready to get into this video and tell y'all what I have been up to, so stick around. Hey y'all, so first off, this is my third time filming a video. And the other two, it just was not happening. As you can tell, I am sick and I was just coughing too much in those videos. But let's get into this video. Real quick, I do want to show the February budget. I did film this. And I want to just go over some highlights real quick. Y'all, please excuse me. I'm still sick, so I might be clearing my throat a lot in this video. But one of the main things I wanted to discuss, and I explained it in the other video, is the rent payment amount. I'll rediscuss that in this video, because again, the other video you couldn't understand and it was so choppy that I said it's not even worth posting. But this is what this month is looking like. My son has a birthday party he will be going to. My dad has an appointment with the VA in Vieira on the 18th. And he actually, because I'm filming this on Thursday, he actually had an appointment today with radiology. My dad keeps losing weight and they're not sure why. So he had an appointment with radiology. And then he has an appointment on Friday at the Lake Nona VA. It's like a consultation to get his hernia removed. So that's what it's looking like. My son has an appointment, a pediatric dentist appointment on the 26th at 7 a.m., which I think I have a copay for, so I definitely check on that. And then my friend is celebrating her 40th birthday this Saturday at 6, and we're just gonna go to her house and just have like a mommy play date for adults, because we're bringing our children, but it's for us too. I don't know how to explain it. So that's what this is looking like. I did do the budget on, like, the February budget setup on camera, because I explained why my paychecks is so low. Debt consolidation and garnishment. And I also explained, look, now I'm drawing a freeze. Oh, and I also explained that as of January 1st, my district is now doing bi-weekly pay. I'm used to the weekly, like, I'm used to being paid weekly, or not weekly, monthly. Excuse me. And so January was the first time that they did bi-weekly. And so it's still new to me. But we'll get all into that. Today we are filming a cash stuffing video, if you couldn't tell. And I just wanted to go over the budget because we set it up. I'm so upset. We filmed 2 videos together and y'all didn't see them. So this week we're stuffing $799. So let me explain this real quick. Everything that we're stuffing in the month of February is going towards March. I am 1 month ahead. I wouldn't say unwillingly, but y'all, let me tell you what happened. It was like this. Y'all know I was supposed to move into a house. My teacher, one of my teacher's friends or co-workers, if you would call them, her landlord had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath house for rent for $1,400, and I was supposed to get that house. And so what happened was, on December 27th, my coworker called me and she was like, "Hey, I see you moving in. Do you need assistance moving in? Like, do you need help?" She knows it's just me and my son. And I was like, "That's not me moving in." And she was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "No, that's not me." So I reached out to the landlord and he said, "Well, I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage house available for you to rent for $2,000 a month." And I was like, "That's not what we agreed on. We was going to get the $1,400 one, because y'all know my budget can't really sustain $2,055 a month. So even $2,000 I didn't want to pay." And he was like, "Well, I know you said you wanted a yard for the dog and your son, and I just figured if you're already paying $2,000, then that's not going to be a problem for you." Y'all, I'm so happy he did that before I paid him, because y'all remember I hope y'all remember. He had told me in order for me to secure the apartment, I had to pay first month, last month, and a security deposit. And I had all of that. And I had the cashier's check. See, now I'm getting sick. Well, I'm already sick, but now I'm getting, like, because I'm agitated and it's just making it worse. But yeah, so long story short, I'm still in this apartment, but I do have a perspective at the end of February that I may be able to do. I'm not going to even count it because I've had my hopes up for so many times regarding this apartment that it's not even worth getting my hopes up for. So if it goes through, y'all will know. And if not, then y'all will see this high rent again. So this is what we're budgeted. This is what we're stuffing. But the only thing is I don't know how much I have rolled over. So let me look at that real quick. Oh y'all, I got new envelopes. And I just want to show that I was still cash stuffing even though I wasn't filming. These envelopes are from Crafted by Coco. I'll link her website in the description box. But so we did have money left over from groceries. But there's a reason why for this, I think. Yeah, there is. I'll explain that. I knew we didn't have anything left for spending. Oh, miscellaneous. We still have $5. And I only budget $5 for miscellaneous. So we still have $5 in there. And then buffer. So whatever I have left in my envelopes, I'll put in my buffer. But I only want my buffer to have a certain amount. And so for buffer, we have $4 left. So this week we had 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we had 22 left. I know where this 10 is going. So I can tell you. So my baby initials is MC. And so any bill that I come across that have his initials MC, I save. And I've been looking for, I started doing this in August. Do y'all know this is the first one I've ever found that has MC? Most of them have MG or MF, but his initials is MC. Mine is JC. His is MC. I've come to realize I'm never going to find a JC, but I may be able to find MCs. So anytime I come across a bill for MC, I save it. But this is the first one I came across. So what we have left, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let me put that to the side over there because I wasn't anticipating. Y'all see I wasn't anticipating because I did not know I had money left over. So I was not prepared. I'll be honest, I was not prepared. So I'm hoping I did pull out $7.99. And then what I said this was 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22. So y'all, I didn't even pull the money out yet. Y'all see, when I don't film for a long time, I'm just lost. Let me actually get the money out. So let me set this to the side up here because some of that's going to go back into our buffer. And then let me pull out the money. And then let's make sure that this is $7.99. Y'all, I'm just all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the side so we can count the money. But y'all, I haven't filmed in a while and I still have so many updates to give. I don't even know if I can give them all in this video. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 40, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we do have $7.99. But y'all, I have quite a few updates, but I don't want this video to be super long. So yeah. So I'm just gonna say we putting all this in there. I want that to get stuck. And the only numbers, and again, this is for the month of March. because I have the $5,000 that I was supposed to give to the landlord that I still have, and I'm just using that to pay for all of February bills so that I can stuff March bills. One thing I have learned is I do not like spending cash. I can swipe my card from now until the world's end, now until the count goes negative. But when I have to spend cash, oh, it's a totally different reaction. You ain't gonna get me to spend cash. I'm just gonna be honest. I will not. I try my hardest not to spend it. And so, knowing that about myself, I immediately removed my cards. You do see one card in there, my USAA card, and then my business debit card. And the business debit card is from my 1099 company. They partner with Wingspan. And so they give everybody a free business account, whatever. So that's in there. And then my USAA card is, I only keep $5 on it, and that's for emergencies only. So we know that that is $621. And then we know that we need to add $799 plus 22. So this is $821. Oh wow. Minus 621. So that is an even 200. Based on that, I should play the lotto. And then all this is getting the same except for buffer. I'm gonna put some of the money we just pulled out. As I mentioned, that's what funds the buffer. I don't budget for the buffer. The buffer comes from some of the money. So this time I'm gonna give the buffer, because this is going into a savings. I had only planned on putting 13 into a savings or into a sinking fund. This is a savings challenge sinking fund. So I'm gonna give it $2 more. So wait. So buffer will have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Wait. Right? Am I right? Wait, am I right? 200 minus 20, 100, 15, 15, 10, 5, and then I give it 10. Huh? Y'all. Wait, 200 minus 20, 100, 15, 15, 10, 5, that's 35. And then buffer will get 10, and that should be 25. Okay, I know y'all streaming. I know y'all streaming at the video. Like, come on. What is that? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. Can y'all believe I'm a teacher? This is getting 10. So that would bring it up to 175. And that leaves me with 25. And then the 25 is going into, 15 is going into a sinking fund, and then 10 is going into Sonshine sinking fund or savings challenge. So that's 25. Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm so embarrassed at how long that took me to do. I am so embarrassed. So let me put this back into buffer. And we didn't set up the money. Oh my god. Y'all, this is my first time like filming a cash stuffing on camera. We didn't get that far when I was trying to do the other videos. The other video was a February budget setup, and then that one was and then we did the budget with me. We didn't make it. I gotta put this aside because that's going into my son's category, but we didn't make it that far. I just want to say, because now I feel like I need to justify why my mind's like drawing a blank. Hopefully y'all can see that. I don't have a cash tray. I plan on getting one, but what I do is, you will see I have new binders and envelopes and stuff. So I give myself $10 a week in spending. And so it took me a while to save up to buy those binders. And one thing I did was I bought them from China themselves instead of people on Etsy. The wallet I did get from Income Babes on YouTube and Etsy. I'll link her channel or her shop below for the black wallet. But the A6 wallets that you're about to see, I just bought them from Alibaba myself. Because y'all, and this may just be the cheap part of me, on Alibaba they're like $5, while on Etsy they're like $35 and $40. And so I said it's cheaper to just get them from Alibaba, and so that's what I did. Let me see if y'all can see. Y'all cannot. Let's see. So let me move the money. Let me move this over. And y'all, I took this from my classroom, so I'm gonna have to put it back. Y'all gonna only see it, and then I'm gonna put them back in my classroom. But let me see if I turn it this way, if you can see it. I'm gonna put the hundreds here because they're gonna get used pretty fast. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that now. And then don't forget we have this 10, and I'll show y'all what I'm gonna do with that. So let me get my wallet out first. So transportation. So as you know, I don't have a car. If you recall, my dad and my sister took that car. So I put $20. It was, excuse me, it was just, what did I say? 2/10 or, so I also did the cash envelopes as well. So I kind of know what I'm doing, but as you see, I get confused real easily. So I did 2/10. So recently it's been extremely cold here in Florida. I know y'all saw that it snowed up in the Panhandle. So this 20 is to get my baby to daycare and me to work. So my son's daycare is like a 2-minute drive, but it's like a 15-minute walk. And then my school, the school I work at, is about 5 minutes away from his daycare, but it's like a 30-minute walk. So I've been utilizing like Uber and my twin sister, to get me and my child to school and to work. So groceries is getting 100. Y'all, groceries have gotten ridiculous. I actually started shopping at Aldi's. Is it Aldi's or Aldi's? I heard that they're related to the owners of Trader Joe, and I absolutely love Trader Joe, but it's in Orlando. So I started shopping at Aldi's. I'm just gonna say it's Aldi's until someone correct me. And $100 seems to be enough, and sometimes depending on what I get for the week and what I already have, it's a little less than $100. Household is getting 15. So y'all, Publix had Honest Diapers, buy one get one free, and so I stocked up on diapers. We are attempting to potty train, but it's not going so well. He's terrified of the potty. My son is terrified of the potty. I don't know why, but he's terrified of it. So I think I did a 5 and a 10 for household. Yeah. So let me tell y'all where I've been. Oops, I should have turned those. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm just a nervous wreck right now. But let me tell y'all where I've been, because when I get distracted by talking, I won't be as nervous. So y'all, my last video, I was telling y'all, my video in May, I was telling y'all I need to schedule my annual well woman exam, which I did. And y'all, at the appointment, I mentioned to my doctor how I felt a lump in my breast. And I didn't think nothing of it. But by the way, everything came out clear. Because, you know, last year I mentioned that my pap smear came back as abnormal. But this year everything turned out clear, thank God. And so she scheduled me to have a mammogram, a diagnostic mammogram, which is different than a normal mammogram, I guess. Well, the only reason I know it's different is because my insurance, which is United Healthcare, at first they refused to pay for it, and the hospital told me it was going to be $600 out of pocket if I paid for it. So you know that wasn't going to happen. But I ended up getting it, and y'all, the most terrifying experience of it was the nurse. So I go in and I tell her, she's like, what are you here for? I'm like, oh, I felt a lump in my breast. And I told my doctor, and she scheduled me for a mammogram. And so the lady said, well, can you show me where it's at? And so I point to where it's at, and you could feel it. This lady starts, oh my gosh, I can feel it, I can feel it, I can feel it. And I'm trying to stay calm, but she's getting louder and louder, and she's scaring me. Like, all this time, I wasn't scared. Like, I was scared because I was like, what if it's cancer? What if, like, you know, it's advanced? I have a baby. Like, who's going to watch my child? I set up a trust, by the way, and this is my public service announcement. If you don't have a trust or a living will set up, then please strongly consider doing so. But I digress. So she's loud. You can hear them. And I guess the head nurse, I'm going to call her the charge nurse, she came in and she was like, what's going on? She looks at my face. I'm terrified. And the lady's like, you could feel the lump. You could feel the lump. And the lady and the charge nurse, she was like, well, of course, that's why she's here. And then she was like, you know what? I'm going to take over her care. You can leave. But she said it a little more nicer than that, but she kind of dismissed her. And so she was like, I'm sorry, she's new here. This is her first week. And I guess she's never, I don't know. She tried to explain it away, but y'all know I was terrified. So I explained to her why, and she asked me why I was here. I explained it. I let her feel it. She asked me where it was. I pointed it out, put her hand on it so she could feel it. She sat me up. She got me sat up on the mammogram machine. And this was my first time ever having a mammogram. And I heard how uncomfortable and stuff it was, but it actually wasn't to me. It was not uncomfortable. So once they did the 3D imaging, they had me go into a room with some other ladies to sit and wait for our results. And unfortunately for me, I had to they called me back. The charge nurse came back in and got me and took me to a separate room. And she was like, we have to do an ultrasound, like with the gel and stuff on that particular area. I want to say it's the radiologist who looks at these things. But so I'm going to say the radiologist wanted a further look at it. And so, y'all, spending is getting 10. I don't know if I said, transportation got 20, grocery got 100, household got 15, and eating out got 15. And so she took me into this smaller room with the ultrasound. And then she put the gel on it, and then she did the whole ultrasound. And then the results came back negative/inconclusive. And so he told me to make an appointment and come back in 6 months. It was in September, so I'm supposed to schedule my appointment for March or April, which y'all know I'm going to do now. So I'm not going to lie, that was terrifying because I'm like, what's going to happen to my son? I have these ideas of what I want for his life. And if I'm not here, I need to know that whoever has custody of him will enact my ideas of what I want for him. Oh my gosh, yo. This $10 is going into spending. So another health scare that I have is, I think I mentioned this a couple of times on my videos. So I was born with a cleft lip, and then I was born with a tumor on my right eye. It's been removed, but it has damaged the eyelid. I've had 2 surgeries so far to raise my eyelids. And so I have to have another one because my eyelid has dropped again and it's impacted my vision. And so miscellaneous is getting $5. this is a crispy 5. I'm actually gonna save it. And so I had an appointment with the Dr. Ross, and they said he's the best in Brevard County. And he was telling me that he doesn't want to be the third doctor who messes with my eyelid and fails, because he said the last doctor, you can tell he didn't really know what he was doing. And so instead of fixing my eyelid, he created another crest. So now I have like an extra crest in my eye that shouldn't be there. So our wallet is all stuffed for the week. And so, long story short, he did this experiment while I was there. He did like this, like, he says my eye is the fight or flight reflex in the eyes that needs to be, like, that nerve needs to be cut. That nerve, what he did was he put this drop of something in my eye, and immediately my eyelids started like rising. And so these are the binders I was talking about. That's only $5 on Alibaba. And it immediately started rising. And so he said that I'm a good candidate for surgery, but he's booked all the way out. I have another consultation in March, but I won't be able to get the surgery until autumn, which is great, because that means, since United Healthcare has to pay for it, that means I'm going to have to, meet my deductible. So I have between now and fall to get my $15 deductible. But as y'all know, I don't get paid over the summer because I'm an educator. So that is a little hiccup in the plan. So rent will be getting $513. I think that's all the 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's the little hiccup in the plan. And then I do plan on getting new envelopes. It's just, again, I only spend the money that's in my whatever I don't use for my spending category. I use to buy myself some budgeting essentials. So internet will be getting 22. Yes, 22. And then y'all, something else that happened is my dad is not who he say he is. So here in the state of Florida, we have something called like a real ID, and my dad's birthday was this past December, and they needed his birth certificate. Do y'all know my dad has been in the military, been overseas, retired from the military, and no one has ever in his life ever asked for his birth certificate. If they did, they would have seen that the name that he's been going by his whole life is not the same name on the birth certificate. Internet is getting 22. Backstory, my dad was born a home birth in 1939 in Georgia. And so we went up to Georgia to get his birth certificate, and they couldn't find him. And so they was like, well, what's your mom's name? And so they looked up my dad's mom's name. Come to find out, the person who registered my dad's birth registered the wrong name for him under his mom. And so, they didn't catch it because when my dad was in school. So my dad only went to 3rd grade, but again, this was 1939. Keep that in mind. And then for anyone who's like, oh, that's like stereotypical, the stereotypes, I have a master's degree, and I'm from the same parent who only had a 3rd grade diploma, or 3rd grade, who only went to school to 3rd grade. But sorry about that, about the coughing and the sniffling. But long story short, my dad can't, so he can't really get a license anymore. So what we had to do was, and this is still in progress. So the lady up in Georgia, the Department of Health, what she told us was, you are invalid. You do not exist. That's what she told my dad. And he was like, well, what about my daughters? And it was like, they don't exist because their birth certificate is invalid. And my dad was like, I have children and I have grandchildren. I have Social Security. I have military benefits. And the lady was like, well, you're not supposed to get none of that because your whole life you've been going by a different name. And my dad was like, how was he supposed to know? No one has ever asked him for his birth certificate. And so, y'all, this has been an absolute mess trying to figure out. I went with him to the courthouse here in Florida. they was like, well, you have to do everything in Georgia because that's who messed up your birth certificate. So when we went back to Georgia, and they're like, well, no, because now you live in Florida. iCloud got 3. Electricity, which is FPL, is getting 41. So they're like, you have to do everything in Florida because that's where you live now. But Florida's telling him he has to do everything in Georgia. So I'm like, well, what happens if we just go to the Social Security office? Because what I was thinking was if he does a name change with Social Security office, would that count? But no, because the state of Florida needs his birth certificate in order to issue him a license. So life insurance is getting 12. So that's where we're at now, trying to figure out. But the girl we went to, she was sympathetic to my dad, and she was like, I'm gonna give you a license just because here's your military record. I see that you served the country and it's not fair what you're going through. So she did give him license, but she said if he doesn't come back with his birth certificate within a reasonable amount of time, then they're gonna have to suspend those licenses that she gave him. And so we're stuck. And if you recall, my oldest sister, she lived in Georgia before she moved down here to take over my dad's, take over the 2 rooms in my dad's house. I don't talk to her because I don't like what she did me. But you would think that she would be the one. Renter's insurance came 13. I don't know if I said that. A 10 and 3 ones. I don't know if my dad told her, which I'm sure he did. But she's not making absolutely no effort to help him. Like, absolutely none. And she has contacts up there. You have to remember, she taught in Georgia for 30 years. She lived in Georgia before she retired. She retired from Georgia. My student loans are in deferment, so I do not owe anything. And that's because I applied for public student loan forgiveness. I've been a teacher or educator for 13 years. And so I should qualify for that. But right now it's in forbearance until they figure it out. Discovery Plus is getting 3. But y'all, she hasn't lifted a finger to help him. I told him he needs to kick her out, but that's his house. I mean, we know he's not going to because you see how he did. Like, he let her, like, just kick me to the curb. So. And then Pandora is getting 5. But that is some of the things that I've been going through. And then debt. So I owe $85,000 in debt. That I plan on, I'm going to do a new updated debt confession video where I go over my plan to pay it off. And then miscellaneous is because I have Weight Watchers, a new Weight Watchers membership, but I don't have an envelope for it and I haven't saved up enough to buy one for it. So it's just going to go on miscellaneous, and it's getting, I think it's getting, wait, what is it getting? It's getting $3. And then also in this envelope, I owe United Healthcare my insurance. So what happened was they billed, I guess they paid out a claim, and they overpaid them. And instead of going after the company, they're coming after me. And so I only owe them, I think, $50 more, and I paid them $25 a month. So this is March payment, and then I think the last payment is in April. So that is $6. So 3 for Weight Watchers and 6 for United Healthcare. So that's 9. I think I did that right. Let me just double check. Make sure that this is 15. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. So that is 15. So our bills binder is ready to go for this week. So this is the challenge that I'm doing with myself. There's actually a couple of challenges I'm doing that I can go through real quick. But this envelope was made by Breezy Themes, and any challenge in here belongs to my son. Like, any challenge I do and put in this envelope belongs to him. And as I mentioned, I am saving any 10 with an MC on it. And then this challenge is $10 each. So I can save 1. Do I have a red pen? Yeah, I still have my pen bag. I don't know if I have a red pen. Oh, here's one. I don't know if it's gonna bleed through, so let me just do that real quick. There we go. So he has $10 And it did bleed through, so good thing I put that there. So he now has $10 in here. And this challenge is going to take a while just because, again, it's hard to find MC bills. And then I got this one off Creative Fabrica. I can go through them real quick. And then this one is from All Things Planned. I did her January one, and this was before I decided to start back filming. And that's what's in here. And then these challenges are available on her Etsy shop and her website. These are the old ones that she did last year, because I usually buy them during her Black Friday sale. She does have new ones that she is releasing, that she has released on her website and her Etsy, but these are from All Things Planned. And so we're gonna start the February challenge, which I probably should have did this week, but I didn't thought. I'm almost there, y'all. I promise, because my nose is getting more and more congested. Which one is my son's binder? This one? No. I'm still getting used to which binder is which, so bear with me. Okay, so these envelopes are also by Breezy Things, and we are going to, so his daycare is doing something for Valentine's Day. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's probably just like, usually they have us bring, like for St. Patrick's Day, they had us bring something that was red or green. So I'm thinking for Valentine's Day, they might just have us bring something that is red, like a food, which I'm going to do strawberries. So I'm going to put $5 in there. And then I told you he has a birthday party he's going to for one of his classmates named Xander. And I'm going to put $5 in here because I'm thinking I might just give him like a $10 Christmas gift or something. And then my son, where is it? And then I want to say it was Playdates. I think he has I want to say, and I have to double check, I want to say he has a Playdate. So I'm going to put 2 in here. Even though this says personal, all of it's my son's. I haven't figured out what envelopes I want for myself. Activities for his birthday, I'll just put $1. And one of the reasons I don't have any is because I give myself spending money. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think. And I'll just put the rest of it in Christmas. Like, I'll do $1 in Christmas and $1 in Easter, because that's coming up. Nope, I'll do it for myself. Mother's Day. No, I'm gonna do, oh my gosh, I'm gonna stick with my original and just do Easter. But one reason I don't really have envelopes is because I do give myself $10 spending money. And right now, I'm using that by budgeting items. And on that note, this is going to be the end of this video. I do have a couple of more videos coming out next week. Hope you'll stay tuned for them. And until next time, bye, besties.